What is up, everybody? We are back with some more Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis, and we're here to answer that question. Should you pull on the new Final Fantasy XIII crossover Sephiroth banner? If you guys are new to the channel and you like what you see, consider hitting that subscribe button and follow along with what we do here. Hit that like button, comment down below as well. Do remember that these videos are more designed for those of you who are trying to figure out how to better spend your crystals, use your resources more wisely. If you're somebody who's that whale, or you have to have everything for that specific character, and that character is Sephiroth, then by all means, go ahead and go for it. Just, make sure that you have enough to get yourself to that 12th stamp in order to definitely get Sephiroth's gears. The gear is always going to be that prize at the end. So let's go ahead and look into this. So reminder that the Venus Gospel is still a part of this. Do not pull on a banner just for the ultimate weapon, though. If you had maybe cleared out these two banners and you had everything you want, maybe you're just a pull or two shy and you wanted to go ahead and get Sephiroth's gear, maybe I get that. But just for the sake of maybe hitting a chance at this, definitely not. So let's take a look at the overall look of the gear first. Overall, I think it looks nice. This is one where I actually feel like it fits the look of Sephiroth. The coloration works really well, the black on purple. With the gold trim, silver plating, I think looks great. The black feathers here are really reminiscent of Sephiroth as, the one-winged angel. I think it looks really, really good. You do have him in heels though, which is a little weird, but nonetheless, everything else looks really, really nice, and it looks like it fits him. The sword itself looks really good. You get the black inlay here. You do have some of the gold trim. Again, overall, I think it looks really, really nice. I do like this. So let's take a look at the actual stats itself. So the Knights of Etro here does a boost water potency of all allies, so 15% boost to water damage. Knight's Loyalty is basically the Water Arcanum HP plus, so you're going to be getting that extra 20% damage for physical when the water or your attack stance gauge is full. When you're also going to be getting 30% water damage and HP plus 15%. One of the things I kind of wish they would change is I wish they would kind of stop with the, this is physical, this one's magic. Just make it physical / magic. We have characters that are both physical and magic now, and then they have one outfit that's for physical and one outfit that's for magic. It's a mess. I wish they would quit this. Just make them the same. I mean, that's kind of where I would like to see that go, because Sephiroth started off as a magic user. He was a heavy magic user, and now they've kind of got him going the physical route. So it's one of those where I feel like that would be a good option. But again, not bad stats here. Works really well for somebody who's going to be a DPS. And we have the Overture weapon itself. So this Overture weapon at base 5-star form is going to be doing 600% physical water damage to a single enemy. PDF is going to be decreased low to mid for 15 seconds. When a buff is granted to Sephiroth, it will increase water damage to all allies low to mid for 15 seconds. And on this weapon's first use, it's going to apply HP gain to all allies for 60 seconds, which is going to restore 4% of their max HP. It's going to be boosting P-Attack, Water Potency, and then we have the double P-Attack sigils for the S abilities, and your Triangle Sigil boost. Alright, you get this thing up to OB1, you're looking at 720% physical water damage to a single enemy. P-Def is going to be low to mid for 20 seconds, so it only gains 5 seconds. Same thing with the water damage increase when you get that buff. Just 20 seconds, low to mid. The HP gain is going to stay at 60 seconds, that does not change, but you do now go to 5% of the max HP. P-Attack is going to be at 32 points, again, DPS weapon, DPS character, you're going to be main-handing this thing, so you're going to be getting 20% to your physical attack, and Water Potency at 18 is going to be giving you 25% to your water ability damage. Again, for something that's OB1, it's not terrible. The damage is actually really good for an OB1 weapon. This is where things are kind of low and over here, so that's where you're going to kind of feel some of the decrease. If you get this thing up to OB6, you jump up to 1080 physical water damage. Now this 1080, I mean, you go back towards the beginning of things, you know, first year and all that stuff. I mean, this was OB10 number right here. So, you know, we're kind of seeing that power creep where this is now an OB6 number versus an OB10 number, which is awesome. The PDEF is the timing isn't going to change. It's going to stay for 20 seconds still, but now we're going mid to high. Again, I don't like this. I really think at this point it should just straight be high to high. If we're talking power creep and things like that, this here should be low to mid, or probably at least mid to mid. This should be mid to high, or should be high to high. Especially for a limited weapon. The water damage increase is still at 20 seconds. It's also now going to be mid to high as well, just like the PDEF decrease. The HP gain has gone up to 6%, still staying at that 60 seconds. Your P attack has now gone to 40 points, so you're going to be at 30% extra physical attack. Your water potency at 30 points is netting you an extra 40% water ability damage. Stats are looking not too bad either over here with your P attack sitting at 662. If you do decide to go crazy or get extremely lucky and get this thing up to OB10, you are now at 1,340% physical water damage. That's before any brands, by the way. You could really top this number out by branding the crap out of this thing. If you get really lucky and you were to get like the C ability, high C, like S C abilities on 3, you would really make this thing go nuts. PDEF is now is still staying mid to high, but it's gone up to 25 seconds, so you've gained that 5 seconds. Same with this water damage increase, staying mid to high, but 25 seconds. And the HP is now 8% of the HP gain. Our abilities are kind of weak at OB10. Your P attack's going to be at 46, so you're 9 points away from having this thing maxed. I kind of wish this would have gone to even the 54, which, yes, is only the 1 point away, but it should have, even the 63 I'd been fine with, or 62, whichever that new top number is. So you're getting 40% to your physical attack. Water potency is at 42, so you're getting 55% to your water ability damage just off this weapon alone. Your P attack is at 722. Overall, this is a really, really strong weapon. Now, we could compare this. Come in here to Sephiroth's weapons. At least the ones that I have. I don't have everything for Sephiroth. At least I don't think I do. But one of the things, you know, we've got his Edgar's Quail Blade. This was from the Final Fantasy VI, or 4 cross, or it was 6, yeah, 6 crossover. This was a magic water weapon. So, you know, if we looked at this thing at OB10, it was doing 940% to a single enemy. But it did have that, when you had a debuff granted to the target, it did 1.2. But again, if you look here, it gave that magic attack of 62 points with a water potency of 42. So, in comparison to what's going on with this weapon, the P attack is really weak. There's no reason it shouldn't have gone to 62. I mean, it's doing a lot of things, yes. And come back to it, we can check it here. You know, why would that stay at 46? I don't understand that. That should be at 62. And then we also have his Tempest. The Tempest was his physical water weapon, 716% physical water damage, and then when HP was 50% or more, it decreased the water potency, or water resistance of the enemy from high to high at OB10. Boosted P attack at 46, water potency at 39. Yeah, we'd actually go 46 to 42 if it's at max level. You know, 696. Big thing here is only doing 700% physical water damage. When you look at this thing, when I said at OB10, this thing is doing 1340. I mean, this thing is almost doubled. Back to that. Yeah, it's almost doubled, because I have a brand on this, which is boosting that up, and I think so it should be, yeah, 700%. So this one is almost doubling here, the amount of damage. You know, if you were to mix these two together, you walked in with Tempest, you know, hit it, lower down the water resist, and then nail it with this thing right here at OB10. I mean, you're going to be doing a ton of damage, because you're going to be lowering its physical attack, you've lowered its water resistance, you're doing physical damage. You could do just a whole mess of stuff here. But is it worth pulling on? So of the 3 banners, I still think I like Tifa and Aerith the best, mainly for Aerith's weapon. I was lucky and got Tifa's weapon really high too. Then I would go with Sephiroth. I think Sephiroth's a good second place in this, or third if you want to count Tifa and Aerith as first and second. And then the Cloud Glenn banner, putting Cloud at the very bottom, honestly, and Glenn above his. Is it worth pulling on? So we've got another crossover coming up, so we have a whole other set of limited banners that are going to be coming up next month. Now in theory, with this also coming up on Christmas time, usually they're kind and give us some extra crystals as like that Christmas gift. But you gotta kind of have to like wager where you're at with your crystals. I'm sitting at 42,000. If I wanted to pull on this, and because I don't think I have, I should have water gear for Sephiroth. Let's see real quick. Sephiroth. Too far. Here he is. Maybe, oh, there's Edgar's attire. So this is the one water that I had. But I think if I remember correctly, this should be your magic. No, it's just a straight water ability damage. Okay. And then Cape of the Worthy was just boost attack, and then an Omni Elemental of 30%. So if you had one of these, it's not like you absolutely have to have this new outfit. I mean, it's really similar to this remnant suit of his, where it was doing physical ice and boosting the ice ability damage. But if you had either of these, it's not like detrimental that you have this gear. If you have a weak water team, this could really be really beneficial. My only other weird thing about this banner is that it doesn't really fit the event. It was squeezed into the event, but this is actually more designed for our upcoming guild battle, which is physical water. So if you're really weak on physical water and you really want to help out your guild, then yeah, this is a really good banner to pull on. It's gonna, like I said, especially if you have the Tempest at OB10, I mean, Sephiroth can be doing a lot of damage just based off himself. You could have another DPS in there, and then your healer, and just do just a ton of damage. But is it worth pulling on? This is not necessarily a must-have. I think this could be skipped. Like I said, unless, about the only reason I would say pull on this is, you know, Sephiroth's your favorite character, you want to have everything for him. Your physical water is weak, and you are wanting to make sure you can help out your guild for the next guild battle. Those would be about the only reasons I would really pull on this banner. And even then, I would honestly only be getting myself to OB6, I think. It does seem to be a really good spot for the weapon. I mean, yes, OB10 is amazing, but really all you're going to be, you know, aside from the extra damage, I mean, that 1080 is going to be a ton of damage at OB6. You're just gaining 5 more seconds on your PDEF down and your water damage increase to all allies. Outside of that, it's staying that mid to high. So really, I think you could, if you're going to go for this, just go to OB6, and I would walk out there. Now, the problem is if you're going to, you know, pull, how lucky can you get? Because on the first page only, you're only guaranteed OB1. If you pull all the way through the second page, you are only guaranteed OB4. After that, that is it. So this is one where, you know, you gotta hope luck is on your side, or hope that you've got a lot of weapon parts available. But that's kind of my thoughts. Pull if you need help for your physical water team for this upcoming guild battle, or you just really want to have everything for Sephiroth. If not, you can back off, wait for the next crossover event that's going to be happening next month, and see if we get something better. It's a possibility. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and call that one here, guys. So thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments below, do you agree with my assessment of this banner? Do you think I kind of overanalyze things? Do you think I just didn't give it enough credit? Let me know down in the comments. Let's start that conversation. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Follow along with what we do here, guys. Thanks again for watching, and we will see you in the next one.